Which YouTuber has the best hanger? Watch to find out. And if you do enjoy the video, consider liking and subscribing. I'd appreciate it a ton. So I want to make a disclaimer that this is just my personal opinion. People are free to use whatever hanger they want. Everyone has different playstyles, so their hanger might work better for them. I got hanger screenshots from these 10 YouTubers, and I'm going to say which hanger I think is the best. And I'm going to be ranking each hanger based on how good it is against players across all game modes. So some people might have hangers that are designed for killing bots, but that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for hangers that will do good against players in custom matches. And I'm going to be giving each build either a 1, 2, or 3. A 1 means it's bad against players, 2 means it's decent against players, and 3 means it's really good against players. And the hanger with the most points wins. So the first hanger I'm going to be ranking is Omniverse's hanger. He has almost 80,000 subscribers. His hanger has Stalker with Arc Torrent 12s, Onyx with Graviton Beam 16s, Panther with EM Rifle 16s, Guardian with Railgun 16s, and Killshot with Rocket Mortar 12s. Stalker with Arc Torrent 12s and Onyx with Graviton Beam 16s are both bot killing builds. They're really good for killing bots since you can get a lot of kills with them, and it's fine if you expose yourself since bots don't really fire back. But against players, they're not really very great builds. Players will just easily snipe you. So I'm giving these two builds a 1. And Panther EMs is a really strong sniper build, so I'm going to give it a 3. And Guardian Rails is a really strong sniper build with a system crash range implant. It's definitely a 3 with that implant, but Omniverse doesn't have that implant, so I'm going to give the build a 2. Guardian Rails used to be a really strong build before the Great Update, but after the Great Update, he's gotten much weaker. He's really squishy now and gets wrecked by splash damage, and the meta is fast mech, so he struggles to keep up with his slow speed. And Killshot Mortars is also a strong build, but I'm going to give it a 2 as well. Killshot isn't that great of a scale mech anymore after the Great Update. He's too squishy and other options are much better. Stalker Mortars is better since he can one-shot Bastions while Killshot Mortars can't. And Aegis Mortars is better since he can survive longer, protect his teammates, and play support. So I'm going to give Omniverse's hanger a 9 out of 15. The next hanger is Ultra Legends hanger with 6.5 thousand subscribers. He's my homie from Void, let's go. He's using Surge with Missile Rack 12s, Redeemer with EM Rifle 12s, Bastion with Disc Launcher 12s, Panther with Disc Launcher 16s, and Gatecrasher with Railgun 16s. I'd give his Surge a 2. Surge is a really strong mech, but I don't think the Missile Rack 12s are a really strong weapon. They're really only a great weapon on 2v2s and not really a good weapon on other game modes. And I'm giving the Redeemer EMs Bastion Disc and Panther Disc a 3. They're all really strong meta builds. And I'd give Gatecrasher Rails a 2. Gatecrasher Rails used to be a really strong build, but I don't think it's as strong anymore. People have learned how to deal with his ability. Before, people would freak out and try dodging his ability, but now people don't even avoid it anymore since they know it doesn't deal much damage, so his ability isn't as useful anymore. So I'm giving his hanger a 13 out of 15. It's a really strong hanger and almost a perfect hanger. The next hanger is Mr.Zurdo's hanger with 11.2 thousand subscribers. He is Surge with Arc Torrent 12s, Guardian with Railgun 16s, Aegis with Disc Launcher 12s, Panther with Disc Launcher 16s, and Redeemer with EM Rifle 10s. I'm giving his Surge Arcs a 3, it's a really strong build. I'm giving his Guardian Rails a 2. I'm giving his Aegis with Disc Launchers a 3. It's a really strong build, especially if you have other Aegises on the team. I'm giving Panther Disc a 3, and I'm giving the Redeemer with EMs a 3, even though they're EM Rifle 10s. It's that strong of a build. So his hanger got a 14 out of 15, so close to being perfect. The next hanger I'm ranking is Alok's hanger. He has 70.9 thousand subscribers. He's using Guardian with Missile Rack 16s, Redeemer with EM Rifle 12s, Bastion with Disc Launcher 12s, Panther with EM Rifle 16s, and Surge with Arc Torrent 12s. I'm giving his Guardian with Missile Racks a 2. It's really only a good 2v2 build, and I'm giving all the rest of his builds a 3. They're all really strong builds. So Alok also got a 14, so close to being a perfect 15 as well. Next is Waale with 47,000 subscribers. He's using a really interesting hanger. He's using Brickhouse with EM Rifle 12s, Bastion with Disc Launcher 12s, Eclipse with Helix Rack 12s, Surge with Arc Torrent 12s, and Panther with EM Rifle 16s. I'm giving his Brickhouse with EM Rifle 12s a 2. Brickhouse is a strong support mech, but he's just too slow. He'll get wrecked by all the mortars and all the fast moving mechs. And I'm giving Bastion Dis a 3 obviously, and I'm giving Eclipse with Helix Racks a 2. It's a really strong build on open maps, but it struggles on close range maps. The Helix Racks are a really strong weapon, but they've gotten weaker with all the Eclipse in the meta. So I was really tempted to give the build a 3, but I'm going to give it a 2. And I'm giving Surge with Arc Turns and Panther with EMs 3s. So India Waale's hangers got a 13 out of 15. The next hanger is Desink's hanger with 11.8 thousand subscribers. Oh my god, look at this hanger. It looks so good. He's using Redeemer with railgun 12s, Panther with disc launcher 16s, Bastion with disc launcher 12s, Stalker with rocket mortar 12s, and Eclipse with EM rifle 12s. I'm giving all his builds a 3. They're all super strong. I'm giving his hanger a 15 out of 15. It's a perfect hanger. The next YouTuber is Sucker Punch with 1.6 thousand subscribers. He's using a triple disc hanger. He is such a cool hanger. I'm a big fan. He's using Redeemer with EM rifle 12s, Panther with EM rifle 16s, Bastion with disc launcher 16 plus 8, Eclipse with disc launcher 16 plus 8, and Surge with disc launcher 12s. I'm giving all his builds 3s. They're all such strong builds. So his hanger got a perfect 15 out of 15 as well. Good job with your hanger. The next YouTuber is PC Gaming with 11,000 subscribers. He has a really interesting hanger. He's using some off-meta builds like redox, which I respect. He's using killshot with rocket mortar 12s, Surge with arc turret 12s, redox with disc launcher 16s, Panther with EM rifle 16s, and Guardian with railgun 16s. I'm giving his killshot mortars a 2, his Surge arcs a 3, his redox disc a 2, his Panther EMs a 3, and his Guardian rails a 2. So his hanger got a 12 out of 15. I respect people who use off-meta builds. Use whatever builds you like using, and if you don't like using meta builds, then use off-meta builds. The next YouTuber is Forducky with 2.4 thousand subscribers. This is my best Forducky impression. Anyways, he has a really strong hanger. He's using Panther with railgun 16s, Surge with disc launcher 12s, Redeemer with EM rifle 12s, Stalker with rocket mortar 12s, and Guardian with disc launcher 16s. I'm giving Panther rails, Surge discs, Redeemer EMs, and Stalker mortars all 3s. They're all really strong builds, but I'm giving Guardian with disc launcher 16s a 2. He doesn't have the system crash range implant, so the build is a 2 without it. So Forducky got a 14 out of 15, really strong hanger. And the last YouTuber is Platinum LTA with 5,000 subscribers. He's using Killshot with missile racks, Guardian with railgun 16s, Bastion with disc launcher 12s, Panther with disc launcher 16s, and Surge with EM rifle 12s. I'm giving Killshot with missile racks a 2. Killshot is way too squishy now and you can't really use him at close range. It's really only a kamikaze build, and I don't really think kamikaze is worth it in most situations. And I'm giving Guardian rails a 2 as well. He doesn't have the system crash range implant, so the build is a 2. And all the rest of the builds are 3s. They're all really strong builds. So Platinum LTA got a 13 out of 15. Pretty strong hanger. So there's 2 hangers that tied for first place and got 15 out of 15. Sucker Punch's hanger and Desink's hanger. Both of these hangers are really strong and it's tough deciding between them. But I can only pick one YouTuber as the best hanger, so I'll have to compare both of their builds and decide between them. So Sucker Punch is using Redeemer EMs while Desink is using Redeemer rails. I think Redeemer EMs is a better build. The reason for this is that you want to expose yourself the least with Redeemer, and since Redeemer rails can't one-shot mechs, you have to expose yourself a lot to get kills. With Redeemer EMs you can one-shot mechs, so you don't have to expose yourself a lot. So Sucker Punch's hanger is winning 1-0, and for the other sniper build, Sucker Punch is using Panther EMs while Desink is using Eclipse EMs. I think Eclipse EMs is stronger. Panther EM struggles against mortars, and it's easy to deal with Panther EMs since you know where he is at all times. You know where the Panther is and when he's going to fire, so it's easy to avoid his shots. But Eclipse EMs is so sneaky and fast, so it's really difficult to avoid his shots. Eclipse EMs will just come out of nowhere and snipe you before you know it. So it's tied 1-1, and they're both using Bastion Dis, but Desink is using Stefania while Sucker Punch is using Neymar MVP. So Desink's Bastion has more HP and deals more damage, so it's stronger. So Desink is winning 2-1. And for the other disc build, Sucker Punch is using Eclipse Disc while Desink is using Panther Discs. This is a really close one. Both builds are super strong. Sucker Punch's build is using Stefania while Desink's build is using Neymar MVP. But I still think Panther Disc is slightly better. Panther Disc is such a strong build. He has super good survivability. You could use your barrier to pretty much be immune to snipers. You can splash your enemies to death with the disc launchers and deal crazy amounts of damage. And you can play support and protect your teammates with the barrier. Eclipse Disc is also a really strong build, but I think he's weaker since he has worse survivability. He gets completely wrecked by enemy disc launchers. So Desink is winning 3-1, and Sucker Punch is using Surge Disc while Desink is using Stalker Mortars. Although Sucker Punch is using Major, which isn't ideal for disc launchers, I still think Surge Disc is better than Stalker Mortars. Surge Disc is just such a strong build. It's good on every map and mode. So Desink barely beat Sucker Punch 3-2. I really like Sucker Punch's triple disc hanger. It's a really good idea, especially since disc launchers are so dominant in the meta right now. But I think Desink's hanger is slightly better. It's an extremely strong meta hanger. He said he actually uses Surge Rails in his hanger, but he replaced Surge with Redeemer since he wanted the full gold futures hanger. He really wanted to flex on everyone with his gold future skins. So his hanger is really strong and it looks good as well. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, like and subscribe, and see ya guys.